Hey, bro.
Yeah, cool. I'm just going to let people in now. There's a few
Cool.
others still coming in. Do a quick hi. There we go. Awesome. And I think there's just waiting for Matt. And we'll do a round of hellos. Cool. Is everyone there? Hello, everyone can hear me okay? All good?
Yep.
Hey, crew. Have you guys got gallery view or is it just me, big screen?
Gallery.
Oh, beautiful. Cool. For some of you that I think, Sophia, you're there, we can't see you, and maybe who else is in that? I think it's only Sophia and Davina as well. There you are. That's cool. Yeah, we normally welcome everyone. We normally do sort of around this number. So it's a bit of the project that we're doing. We're finding it's kind of easier to do these small sort of groups. So we're just waiting. I think there's one other person that's definitely coming in. I'm just going to check him and see. Otherwise, we'll just kick into it. Good evening, everyone. Let's see. Let's see if Matt can make it in or not. Okay. All right. We might kick in. We'll see if he can jump on in a minute. All right. Well, first of all, thanks heaps, guys. Oh, here he is. There we go. Awesome. So yeah, we've got Davina. Give us a wave.
Hi.
Hey. John Paulson, where are you?
Hi.
There, John? Beanie Tam, where are you? Can't quite see your Let's see if we can get your video on as well. Dave Edward, you there? Somewhere in the background. So the people that have got the videos up in the background somewhere. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Sue, over there. Carl, hello. Hey, brother.
Good evening.
Chris, I know you said you're running. You look like you got all those tasks and stuff going on behind you, and your whiteboard's there.
That's it.
Oh, that's
Hello.
it. Hello. Cool. All right. Well, I'm Rich Latimer, and beside me is Martin. He is a partner in this project. So yeah, essentially, I'll start off tonight just like with a little overview of what it is that we've been working on and what we're building, which sort of expands on the messages that I wrote to you guys on LinkedIn around creating a bit of a network platform, a boutique place where we are attracting a particular demographic of business owner and entrepreneur, non-industry specific, who are looking for a particular type of coaching, support, and mentoring that's really sort of aligned with some of the ethics and the ethos of what we're calling an Awaretrepreneur Tribe. So essentially, the concept of the Awaretrepreneur, and I'm going to I'll pull up the, in a minute we'll go through it as a pitch deck, but I'll just introduce me really quickly background-wise. John's come back in. I am a serial entrepreneur and have been a long time. I'm a performing artist by trade, so like a musician, a touring musician. And then I spent several years touring the world in high schools doing kind of music performance meets public speaking in the areas of emotional well-being, so trauma, intervention, suicide, depression, violence, alcohol abuse, early intervention, really based upon very, very ancient, almost tribal techniques. I was raised in the bush, if you like, in mid New South Wales, in the mountains above Bellingen in Dorrigo, and I was raised very closely with Aboriginal people, my best friends and family, and I was inducted into, I guess, ways that culture was operating tribally, and it's permeated my life. So I've been involved in rites of passage for teenage boys and things with Dr. Arne Rubinstein, a whole range of things. I do men's work and fatherhood work. And I approach business very much integrated in my personal development, always have, couldn't help it. And I live in Byron Bay, so I guess there's another layer that comes with living here in amongst all of that sort of stuff. It's kind of the place, it's a Bermuda Triangle of forced, compulsory personal development. Hence all the movie stars moving here recently. It's funny. So what happened then is, as I built these businesses, so I've got a few. I've got a virtual solar company in America, and I've got that other thing, the music career, a range of things. I had sort of built this culture around the way I've constructed business as a catalyst for personal development and personal growth. So, like, having very, very, what a lot of my business peers called scary conversations. So very real, open, authentic conversations in the workplace, very heart-based, going through all manner of different life scenarios. And just sort of, I've never been able to gel very well with the business in a box, business to business and personal to personal. And so I built businesses in that way, and I've seen the benefit of it and the challenge, of course. And then I reached a point where I've scaled out of my businesses. I don't need to run them anymore. They run themselves, and I earn from that. And so this was my next project, was to work out how to support business owners and basically to have a cultural impact. So and Martin's a mentor and coach of mine over many years, who's sort of watched me grow businesses and watched me grow family. He can share in a moment, but he's a relationship specialist coach and a creativity coach, and quite a celebrated one. And we've been sort of co-building this project together, which basically came out of me going, well, what now? Like my CEO for my digital agencies, was saying to me, look, we love you, but we don't need you anymore. You've kind of reached that point. And so I started this mentoring, and now we want to grow it because it's up and running. You'll see in a minute, there's a platform, and it's not it's like a Hogwarts School of Business. It's a unique cultural approach and an ethics and an ethos to the way we're guiding these people. It's very much about that because it's not just yet another group coaching or group mastermind. There's something happening in these groups that's extremely special. It's kind of tribal circle meets, yeah, it's very much this integration of elements of old ways into new world business in the mentoring coaching. Now, I've watched and observed some of the best. So Taki Moore's top level black belts. I've seen them all. I've run marketing for them all. Action Coach, the high, Adam Bernard, Prava Group. I know all the top players. So I've toured with them because I'm a sales and marketing guy. I did a lot of the marketing to bring them all of their leads in inquiry, and then I in turn my team, my marketing agency. So I on top of that, I own a digital marketing agency. Yeah, a full stack, complete digital marketing agency that would service these coaches. So I would be watching what they're doing in their coaching and their mentoring, how they're running them. Ben Simpkin, being a part of the mastermind group, paying the 50 grand a year, going to the Hilton meetings and stuff, and I just realized there's an entire chunk of the market that's missing out. They can't afford the 9 and 10K thing. They're not getting any results out of jumping on an online course and ending up in a Facebook group once in a while. They can't afford those bigger fees. I know that because I'm an expert marketer, right? So as soon as I decide I want to be a coach or mentor, I'm inundated. I'm flooded with, once I set up on my marketing, I'm getting all these Zoom calls and people wanting coaching and mentoring, and I tapped out within 3 months. I reached personal delivery capacity and had to immediately go to group, and now beyond group, I have to go to hybrid model. But what I noticed is that these people need a lot more than help with their businesses. They're actually just struggling very deeply interpersonally, relationship-wise. There's a whole other contributing factors. And there's a big gap in the marketplace of coaches and mentors. And then I turned around and went, well, where's all the coaches and mentors? Like, what do they do? How are they running their businesses that are kind of meeting these people at these lower levels? And, and I looked at all the different, I'm not sure how you guys go, the one-on-one people, some people got programs and all the rest of it, but I wasn't finding, I sort of wasn't finding a place for the masses, if you like. So we've created this thing where it's a social network. It's built on Gina's platform out of California, who's built Mighty Networks, and we get them into these group environments. I'll show you in a moment, but the concept is essentially the Awaretrepreneur is different to the entrepreneur. An Awaretrepreneur is someone, and someone mentoring someone that's on an Awaretrepreneur journey. We're deliberately going for that complete holistic view. And so it's on a framework that I've come up with that Martin's helped me define, which is the personal pillars and the business pillars, and I'll pull up the slides. But the reason that I wanted to call out to mentors and coaches, because we're looking for about 5 or 6 coaches or mentors who feel aligned with the cultural values and what the impact we're trying to have on the world through this work. So we're already running, so we're up and running these groups. They're called clan groups. And we wanted to induct a few coaches and mentors by kind of experiencing it to then be able to go on and deliver it, because it's quite an expansive, scalable model. So because I'm an entrepreneur, right? I think scalable straight away, and I sort of thought, well, what do? I go and hire. There's a lot of mentors and coaches out there that have graduated from different courses that are always looking for more clients, or a lot of them are looking for work. More than 70% of personal coaches and business coaches are, they're not liquid. Their businesses are not flourishing. They're often going from one client to the next, and they're struggling to get clients in. So I thought, if we found, say, 5 to 6, Martin and I are looking for, to come on this journey, learn our methodologies, in the process be supported in their own growth, their own business growth across all those areas, including the sales and marketing, then the concept would be, as we're opening up the floodgates for these business owners and whatnot to come in to the main network, we would have mentors and coaches ready to run these clan groups. And there's a fairly decent remuneration model that we do. So I currently charge $1,000 a month, roughly, for my clients. and we fill groups. We put 7 people in each group, and we flexible that price point based upon people's circumstances in some cases, under this ethos of the Awaretrepreneur. So it's really about having a cultural shift in business that is more about supporting each other to prosper, not just yet another 6-figure. I can do that. I'm a master of marketing. I can just set up a funnel. I can have my team can set up a funnel. I can run a 5-day video course, automatically dump them into a group and create passive income for myself very easily within a month or so, and just do that. But it's not giving me any satisfaction at a, you know what I mean? It's just a money generation tool, not an actual impact tool. So that's me. That's where I'm coming from. That's why I built this, is because I want to be able to help people at a sustainable level, and now I want to grow it. Okay, I want to scale, and I do not want to own another company. I do not want to own another PTY Ltd and hire coaches and blah blah blah. So the way we're doing this is under a dispersed revenue model, which is also a part of the Awaretrepreneur ethos. So as an Awaretrepreneur, we're not looking for the pyramid model of business, complete profit domination. We're looking for an interplay. We're looking for scalable business models that support other people. Yeah. So that's what we've created with this, and I've seen every type of mentor and coaching business model there is. I've studied them all inside and out. I've pulled them apart, put them back together. I've reverse engineered them all, and I think I've come up with a hybrid of all of them. That is, so my group mentoring is completely evergreen, never runs out, doesn't have a specific time frame. Retention is almost indefinite, potentially. It is all simplistically run through the platform in terms of the calls, the way they're recorded. The marketing is obviously brilliant, and a lot of coaches and mentors don't have all of that in place. And so that's what my feeling was, to find a few mentors and coaches who wanted to come on the journey. That's the point of these webinars, yeah, to sort of go through that. So I'll unpack a little bit of what the Awaretrepreneur Tribe is, the main cultural elements. I'll just go through the slides, and then I'll open up for some questions and to hear where you guys are at, the different business models you're doing, and where there might be an interest point for many of you specifically. And whoever's got like a strong interest, then obviously we can do a follow-up and we can go deeper into it. These initial calls are just to meet you guys, and just to meet the wonderful people out there that are supporting people, really. So I'm really honored that you guys showed up. I'll just pull up the slides. So this is the Awaretrepreneur Tribe. And so obviously there's a complete social media app, as I said, built off the back of Mighty Networks, which we're going to purchase the code base for eventually, but this is kind of the entry, the place. So that's our motto. We're creating a place where personal growth and business development meet. So it's also a BNI. So you've got to understand the model I'm creating is a group mentoring. It's a social media platform. It's a referral network. It's a business networking, as in proper BNI. So people will be able to find each other within their cities using the geographical targeting inside the app. So it's, it's obviously got a mobile app as well. And then there's mentors and coaches inside there that are meeting people, winning business. But these are very, very specific people coming in. They're people that are coming in that are looking for this particular, these methodologies, this type of thinking. So I'll just unpack it a bit more. So this is really, this is our statement, in a way. Our current world is rapidly changing, and this is coming off my marketing. So you got to understand, I'm 15 years veteran digital marketer. So I'm a data man, and I work with algorithms, and I watch the algorithms, and I understand them. And people are not responding anymore to the marketing that mentors and coaches are putting out. It's no longer the fear, scarcity, get me to 6 figures as quick as you can. All that stuff is starting to fail. It's failing on the platforms and in the ads and everything. It's because people are looking for a lot more depth and a lot more connection in what they're getting in business. Yeah. So current world is changing. As society is becoming more fragmented, people are feeling disconnected, and they're becoming more isolated. As we know, that's been the whole journey over the last couple of years. But through human history, the single most powerful force for people to survive and thrive and to build their lives is through accountable relationships within a supportive community. So we've basically taken the fundamental construct of tribes, tribal operation, using things like initiation, all the rest of it, and just plug that into business and personal mentoring in a framework that is extremely fluid and really powerful. And creating these small clan groups, we're creating a culture where they mentor each other. This is beyond a mastermind. This is at a much bigger depth than that in terms of what's occurring inside these clan groups. Martin, anytime you want to chime in and extrapolate on some of the things, just kind of put your hand up. Otherwise, you know me, I'll rattle on all the way through. So I'll introduce Martin in a minute and get him to sort of give a download as well. So the purpose, Awaretrepreneur Tribe is a community bringing together conscious entrepreneurs, mentors and coaches so it is a dating service too. I am creating funnels. Look at you guys are people on the end of my funnel, correct? Okay, you've shown up to my webinar at 7 p.m. on this night because I marketed to you. And I got you here and I've got your attention. So we've set up these mechanisms to do that on both sides of the coin. We've got business owners coming in on one side through the funnels, and we've got mentors and coaches. And we're building this, it's like a LinkedIn type situation, but with this level. But what we're looking for is, unique people, very unique actually. To inspire and hold each other accountable in becoming skillful and more fully realized in our business and personal lives. So we're very, very clear on this. We are so clear on it that each time I onboard a client, is that, look, 1 second, my door's locked. I'll get through. Thanks, Anna. I'll speak to you. So essentially, that's the I guess the unique aspect of it is that we're using business as the catalyst for their personal growth, not the other way around. We're not going in just trying to solve specific business problems. We're really kind of looking at where they're at in general in these personal areas, these personal pillars of lives. And the reason I'm doing that is because when I started my coaching and mentoring, it was fine for me to solve the profit issues. I can do that. I can solve profit issues, marketing issues, plus implement the whole thing, but it wasn't really the point. It was, and I know for myself as an individual, all of my business success has come through my personal breakthroughs, pretty much. So, that's kind of why this approach got built. So really it's a support, this is the space we're creating for them, and that's what in these clan groups. It's a place they can upgrade and future-proof skills and practices because they're co-sharing amongst each other in our model that we've created. They build connections and relationships with specific peers and mentors and coaches, and they know that the type of people coming into this are sharing these values, these cultural values. So they're growing and thriving in a healthy balance of accountability, structure, and spontaneity. So when we run these clan groups, they're about a 2.5 hour call every 2 weeks. The dynamic we've created in the way that these groups run, it's incredible because there's quite a lot of structure. In a minute, I'll show you the pillars we're working through. And there's a lot of flexibility for coaches and mentors such as yourselves, if you decided to come on the journey, to implement what you do. So the beauty of this as well is that we're not recruiting mentors and coaches to do things our way. We're actually looking for mentors and coaches that have already got their own unique gifting, their own way of doing things, even their own programs, but who want to supplement their income, be a part of something different, and that align with the values enough that they can hold these clan groups in the value structures that we hold, because that's what the clients that are coming in are looking for. So they're coming in off the back of the Awaretrepreneur branding and marketing, and they're wanting to be mentors. It's kind of like, something similar might be, the masterclass. You guys know masterclass, where they'll get like a top astronaut from somewhere and he'll do a video course. But imagine this in a way where, these people are getting actual contact and actual calls and all of that. So it's a group mentoring, peer-led group mentoring. So the mentor or coach slowly is actually retracting from these meetings more and more, because the way we set them up is that they are actually really mentoring each other. We're simply holding the form. Martin, do you want to chime in? I mean, you've been coaching and mentoring for a lot of years. You've had your business model going in that way, and I guess far longer than me. But you're observing something with this that that no doubt obviously triggered you. Do you want to give a bit of a nutshell as well? I think your mute's on. Hang on a second. There you are. You're gonna have to click unmute.
I got it.
Got it.
Yeah, it's about creating a cultural framework for people to thrive in, and which I feel like we've really lacked in our society. We've created these highly competitive models that work in terms of getting great material outcomes, but at the cost of personal outcomes. And so we've got a lot of very materially affluent people who are actually living in a sort of personal poverty. And really a lot of it is about a poverty of relationships that's right across our society. There's an inability for people to have really healthy long-term relationships, family relationships, but in the same way, business relationships. They're all about trust. They're all about ongoing, mutually beneficial connection and exchange of value. And we, in creating this culture, Rich and I have created a framework and a set of cultural values that enable people to step into that sort of best form of themselves. And they can be quite vulnerable and share their struggles and challenges and also their wins. And feel really supported when they're winning, so that they can enjoy being able to share their joy, but also being able to share their struggles. And what's so interesting is that when we're coaching and mentoring in that space, instead of the 7 people in the clan sort of dividing up the mentor's input, and so they feel like they're all just getting a smaller portion than if it was one-on-one. In actual fact, there's a multiplication effect, because as each person is mentored, all of them can see themselves in each other, and each of their journeys is, in a sense, themselves looking in the mirror. And it just makes for an incredibly powerful insights. And often, as one person has a breakthrough and an insight, it creates this chain reaction and an insight that happens right across the group. And so there's this multiplication of growth and insight that's possible inside this culture that we've created.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, that I guess that's the unique thing we sort of feel that we've stumbled across, and that's
super powerful.
And this is the pillars that it's based on. So when we're mentoring and coaching, and what we're going to induct mentors and coaches into being a part of, is this framework, okay, which relates to the logo, obviously, but it's the interconnection of the 8 pillars. So the 4 personal pillars are health and self, and relationship and family, and then you've got community and money and prosperity, and community and creativity. Then you've got your business pillars, which is purpose and profitability, sales and marketing, team delivery and systems, and innovation and legacy, which are fairly common in the business area. It's the interplay between those that we're working with in this particular model that we're doing that is really, really powerful. And it's really based on those core values around trust, humility, generosity, integrity, and we have a kind of an underlying bedrock, which is the love, learn, and serve modality. So what we're creating is it's like B Corp. It's a brand that entrepreneurs will want to wear. So our Awaretrepreneur clan members, when asked, are you an entrepreneur, will respond, no, I'm an Awaretrepreneur, and they will wear that badge proudly, because they know that it means that they're adopting a set of cultural values and ethics and ethoses in how they're conducting themselves personally and within their businesses that are part of a cultural shift. And that's what I want to do. I can make anyone money because I'm expert in digital marketing. I can just do it. I know the tricks and what it is that is needed to do and how to convert things or whatever. I can choose any industry. I can choose what I want to do and get on with it. That's what I've done. But for my own personal sense of integrity and my own particular personal growth, this has been what I've been inducted into through the work I've done within tribal work, men's mental health, all my own personal growth. And Martin's aligned in many ways with these things. It's a cultural framework. It's not a look. You would. I mean, there's elements of what we're doing. Now, some people would look at the logo and go, well, so like the Freemasons have an element of this. They are an entrepreneurial club with hierarchical elements, with small groups that support each other personally and entrepreneurially through a series of levels that unpack over time into different layers of how they're, and there's a networking element to that. Yeah, I'm sure some of you are aware of that group. In a way, this will grow to become kind of a club or a society like that, but based on a whole different set of values. Yeah. And we're servicing a market that is missing out. Like the majority of the market cannot afford a business coach or life coach. The majority, 99.9% of people cannot get 2 or 3K together per month to pay for these programs and stuff. And quite frankly, 80 to 90% of most mentors and coaches don't have clients. So they're also being sold to the similar thing, the similar hook, line, and sinker of how to get clients, and here's your 6-figure lifestyle, and here's your 7-figure lifestyle, and here's your 8-figure lifestyle. It's kind of like how many figure lifestyles do we need to go up to? And it's different to that, what we're creating. And I'm just the reason why we want to bring some mentors and coaches. Martin and I had a little discussion before I started this. Like, Rich, I don't know if we need to do this yet, because we can hold down quite a few more clans yet. So I can fill another 4 or 5 clans. It's not that many hours. It's 2.5 to 3 hours. They run inside of this app. As I said, I'll give you a bit of a look. So you'll see here that I'll give you an example of one of the clans in operation. If you have a look here. So this is the network itself. This is the main network. So we'll have a look at, for example, the Kookaburras. So they operate, it's like a Facebook group, mini Facebook group inside the main network. Very similar to Facebook or LinkedIn. And these guys, there'll be 6 or 7 people in here. We've got all automated accountability. So it's very, very, the model itself is brilliant as well. Like the way they're doing their accountabilities and their coaching, the way that they're actually tracking their progress and moving forward. So, I mean, at the very least, we've Martin, you want to say?
It's a productivity system as well, because there are fortnightly tasks that they commit to and are accountable to the group in terms of fulfilling. And they have a call with another of the clan members 1 week out to check in on each other, how they're doing on the task that they've committed to.
In the buddy calls. Yeah.
And then they come back and share. They come back and share after 2 weeks with the clan. They share what they've been making progress on, and they share where they've been challenged. And then the group is able to reflect to them around what they've achieved, and also give them insights in terms of overcoming the challenges. And it's incredibly supportive and transformational for them, because all of a sudden they're no longer this sort of solo entrepreneur.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they're part of, they have colleagues who are totally out to see them succeed, and they're all sharing generously with one another. It's an amazing little culture we've created.
Yeah, and so in a way, from a coach or mentor's perspective, I mean, I entered the space only a year ago. You know, some of you guys are maybe, we're here in a minute, but you're coaching and mentoring for a long time and have your models and your different things. But what I just straight away come up against, I was like, this is kind of tough. Like, I had no problem getting them. I'm brilliant at marketing. So I'm signing them up left, right, and centre. They're paying to me $2,000 a month. I'm giving them an hour on Zoom every 2 weeks, and I'm kicking some goals for them. Absolutely. But I was like, it's pretty tough. It was kind of like, in the end, I was like, I was kind of saying, this is not enough for you. You need more. You need more than me around. We've got to get quite a few. You've got to get more around you. And I was like, how do we get? But I was like, I can't do any more. And it's not financially viable for me as a business. I was kind of like, I had like 10 clients or something, like $2,000 a month, and I was going, yeah, that's okay. But I'm like, what now? What next? I can't do a lot with that. And then I was like, I went and looked at all the models and stuff, and I didn't want to do the whole online course thing and the rest of it, because I was like, no, people don't do them. They buy these things and then they kind of don't even do them. They don't complete them. Like I love Tony Robbins and all the rest of it. Man, they make 40% of their income is made from people that never actually watch any of the shit that they put out. It's not real. And it wasn't going to serve me, but I was thinking, if you build something where they co-support each other, you get a cultural framework, you get tools and technology around it that's easily super, super seamless to use. And then if you train some coaches and mentors how to hold them, you've got a systemic model. So do you understand? I've built something now where I could go to having 1,000 coaches, no problem, running 10,000 of these clan groups through the platform. Through the platforms, and it's kind of exponential. It's a different, and people look at the end of the day, people are looking for it. Like, I've got one of these webinars booked out. Like, we allow usually 10 to 15 people in. Normally 10 is perfect. And we end up with normally two people per call that are like, hey, this has really hit me and resonated. And so basically from here, it's kind of, if anything we've shared and said has hit you, if you think there's potential in it. Even if you want to reach out to me just in the point of view of like assistance with just growing, like growing the coaching business, that's fine. That's what I generally get hit up about. But what we're really looking for is a couple of people to come forward and come into a clan group. So that's what we're offering. We're going to bring in a couple of mentors and coaches into an actual clan group, so that the way that Indigenous cultures do things is you teach by doing. So you have to, you be in one, you be supported in your own way to grow your own business, whatever it is that you're doing. Even if it's already highly successful, guarantee it can be more. And in the process, get inducted into the frameworks for the purposes of, as we bring in more participants, I need to scale beyond my capacity. So we would place these mentors and coaches in these clan groups and help facilitate and run them. And we pay a revenue share. So as I said, I do not want to hire people. I want to bring coaches and mentors in who believe that the framework is solid, believe that they can deploy their own unique wisdom, skills, gifts within it. And yeah, that's kind of what we're looking for, guys. So is there any sort of specific questions on that? I mean, the deeper dive we would do one-on-one with those of you who think there's potential there. And I guess the question I quickly go around the room is, why did you respond to it and come very quickly? And then just any question or any feedback you've got briefly would be good. And I might start with you, Carl, if you're there.
How you going?
Cool, brother. How are you?
Good. So why I came into this
Yeah,
webinar?
like what was the resonance? Yeah.
So 2 months ago, I just started being a transformational coach.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sort of just starting off in the coaching industry.
Yep.
Then once I joined LinkedIn, you approached me.
Sure.
Awaretrepreneur sounded quite interesting to support other people having business and personal development put together.
Yep.
And really come along to see what's all about. And it sounds interesting so far.
Cool. Nice. Well, good to meet you. So you're starting off the journey of getting in. Melanie, do you want to just give us just a nutshell on you and what resonance, if any? Any question?
Yeah, so hi, Rich and Martin. I really appreciated your sharing. The thing that resonated with me, I've been coaching for over 20 years now, and I really understand that it's about trying to service a market that's missing out. So I don't just coach. In fact, I don't call myself an executive coach, although that's what I do, purely for all of the reasons that you mentioned before. You know, one, it's a lot of time for a finite period of an investment, and it's not always reaching people who could most value and need it most. I've always coached from a values-led perspective. So the pillars that you've just brought up also resonate with me. So I'm interested in learning more.
Great.
And the question that I have is, how do you QA the mentors and coaches to protect the integrity of your program?
Well, 47 minutes and 43 seconds, you're here and you're sharing and you look quite professional. You know, I can't wait to hear Chris talk. He's got so many things written behind him, but you do too. So this is it. So the Awaretrepreneur is, you know, imagine going to the business school run by Yoda. So it's all subtleties. So self-selection. People have dropped off. I don't know what this is. I don't know if I can get money out of this. I don't know what, you know, whatever. At the end of the day, the right people come for the right reasons, and then things get built and happen. I know who I am and what I'm doing. So does Martin. This thing is extremely powerful and right for this industry at the moment. The coaching and mentoring industry exploded. So I'm also a data analyst. Okay, I watched it. I watched the peak and went, oh my god. And then I watched. I know them totally. I know all the coaching. I know the guys in Melbourne. I know the guys that run the Coaching Institute. I know the NLP guys. I know that, and I watched them just turn their, because I study all the ads. I was like, oh, why are they now spending an extra $100,000 a month on Facebook ads? Because everyone wants to become a transformational coach. Carl probably responded to one of those ads and went through someone's course. No, did you do a course?
Carl's probably got his own personal story.
Did you do a course of any kind?
I did a course, but it wasn't anyone in Melbourne. It was you know Joel Brown?
Joel Brown. What's the name of the
Addicted to Success.
I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. So what I'm getting at is that COVID just, you guys know that, bang, it exploded. And so there's been this huge increase in the number of coaches and mentors. So the quality assurance is basically, it's the heart's in the right place, Melanie. It's truly wanting to have an impact, and then there's definitely money within this. The reason why is because it has a systemic revenue driven model, and it has passive income built in through the way the referrals work into the programs. So you do the math already. So I put 7 people at $1,000 a month into a group, and I show up for 2.5 hours every 2 weeks. I do that 10 times, and I'm not dictated by a length of time contract because of the model I've built. It is completely permagreen. Evergreen. These people stay as long as there is a sense of connection and value. Then we discount that fee based upon where they are at using Awaretrepreneur pricing models, which is a series of rings similar to how Indigenous cultures work when they exchange value. Just because you don't have all the apples doesn't mean you don't get to have something from me, because they have a complex array of value. They don't assign $1 as $1. And if you don't have it, sorry, you don't eat. They actually look after their societies. So we're really on fringe dwellers. I want to have a, I'm 45. I've just had my third child 5 days ago. And I want to know that I've had an impact my entire life with every song I've written, with every school I've presented at, with everything that I've done. And this is an extension of that. I'm a human and I'm forced to live inside this matrix, which requires me to make money. And, so I'm working out somehow where I can meet making money with the values I need, with the legacy I need to leave. So what I'm looking for is people that's the quality assurance. And then the quality assurance is you'll come in and you'll go on the journey. So you'll come on a call for 2.5 hours you'll go through a clan process where we'll share each other's knowledge. We will grow each other as mentors and coaches, and then me and Martin will continue to unpack this model so that basically as I ramp up the marketing for the business owners and things to start coming in at a high level, right? So that webinar, I'm filling that webinar to 50 to 150 at a time. With the mentors and coaches, 15 max. When at the end of the day, you guys are just the same as them. You're just a business owner. You're just an entrepreneur yourself. Being a mentor or a coach is actually, that's the other issue that industry has. It's kind of like, well, I'm a business coach. But 99% of business coaches don't own any businesses. I own 3. They don't actually own fully functioning, profitable, complete structures. They have their coaching certificate and they coach people in their businesses, but they don't personally run them. And there's a lot of misalignment going on in the industry, and there's a lot of false dreams and false hopes. So what I realize is when I onboard someone, I tell them, this is what you give it, not me. I'm not the guru. I don't have the answers. It's impossible. But we realize that they respond extremely well. Like I close 80 to 90% of the Zoom calls with individuals wanting to come to these clan groups because they've tried something else like that. They've paid their $3,000 a month for that. They've been to a mastermind. They've downloaded a course. At the end of the day, they just want other people to hear them. They want to be able to just feel this sense of connection. And then, yes, they want strategy. Yes, they want to know what to do next in their marketing plan and blah, 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 blah. But they want that done wrapped up in this sense of actual true care and connection, to be honest, because they kind of know most of that stuff, or they can go to Google and find it. It's not actually what they're looking for, is what I'm finding. So that's it. So that's the quality assurance, is we want mentors that feel that. So John Paulson, do you want to say something? You've got an interesting artwork behind you.
Yeah, that's my artwork. Started painting last year. I've been coaching, mentoring, and doing sort of facilitation of transformation through values, using Barrett value-centered models for the last 5 years. Before that, I was a lawyer and a managing partner of a large global law firm in Australia. The reason I joined it was curiosity, because you were quite persistent. And I think a bit like Melanie said, that the thing that was interesting me more was how can more people have access to coaching, because I know it makes a huge difference in people's lives.
It does.
And I charge quite a lot. I do a lot of pro bono coaching for people, but my corporate clients, pay quite an amount for it. And so how can people who can't afford that get some coaching? So that's where my interest comes from.
Beautiful.
Fantastic. That's really great.
Yes.
Great to hear.
For sure. And so in that sense, how can people who can't afford it access it? That's part of what we want to do with this, is be able to spread the word to the network. So just one of the things that we're having happen is at the entry level of the network, it's like $99 a month. They get a fortnightly live webinar or masterclass run by whichever mentors and coaches have come in. So John, you could come in and be an Awaretrepreneur mentor, not necessarily come in and run clan groups if that's not financially, makes sense for you in amongst your current work, but you could still be an Awaretrepreneur Tribe member, right? And you could still point people in that direction, and you could still come on every now and then, every few months if you get a chance, and run a masterclass. or run a live webinar to the tribe, to a growing number of people that are
Which
looking
would
to
be
access
great.
it.
That would be really good.
Yeah. So there's different levels of interest from coaches and mentors, right? There's some that just, that's what I created, was something that's like, well, because there's an automated roster of like every 2 weeks there's a live webinar and someone's on it. You've got some mentor or coach that's going to run something powerful every couple of weeks, and you know you're struggling to find $99 a month. Like for you, that's big. You know, for some people that's huge. That's a budgetary requirement. That's like, you know, don't have a coffee a week and I save up my money so that I can be a part of this business networking. So that's a part of what we want to do with this as we grow the numbers, John, and have a way to bring that masterclass model down a level where it's more accessible, yeah, and make it live and make it also network based. So the app geotags you as well. So it finds all the other entrepreneurs around you in a 50K radius, so you can actually do BNI style meetups. Chris, do you want to have so for any of you that are going to be interested, what I'd love to do is get you just to pop maybe into the chat, you know, name an email, and then I'll work out a one-on-one and we'll workshop where is it that your particular fit might be. It may not be coming into, so that we're starting, basically bottom line, we're starting a clan. It's called the Falcons Clan, and it's our first Awaretrepreneur Tribe clan leadership program, where we're going to take 6 or 7 mentors or coaches through this journey, learning the frameworks, understanding the technology, and eventually, out the other side, hosting and being involved in holding some of these clan groups, of which we pay 25% of the yield, plus a ongoing passive income for referrals. So, for example, John, you might meet a client where it's, you know, he can't afford you, yeah? And you go, well, I met this guy a long time ago, he's got this thing, and you can access some entry-level mentoring and coaching anywhere starting from $99 a month up to, you know, live calls, group calls for 7, you know. So I do want that kind of I do want to build an awareness of this brand, John, as we grow it, yeah, of this platform, yeah. Because people couldn't afford me because I was charging whatever I wanted to charge too. That's how I reached this point where I was like, I can't afford me. You know, like people can't afford me, but people need me. So I was like, well, how do we do that? Chris, give us a bit of a hit of who you are, where you're from, and what the resonance might be, if any.
Yes, so there's some of my musings on the wall. I've kind of I'm in the middle of a pivot. So what you put up on LinkedIn was interesting in terms of how that might fit where I want to go. Been doing some business coaching with another organization. Mm-hmm. Are you still there, Rich?
I am.
You look like you're on your side.
It looks like his.
There we go.
There he is.
So I was working with an organization doing some business coaching that kind of like, for me, it was hustle.
Yeah.
And I want to be doing heart. And it took me quite some time to kind of really get what was going on. And it was kind of like a bit of a toxic environment. And anyway, so it did my head in a little bit. And now sort of recognizing just how much of a demand there is for people out there wanting to do something meaningful with their lives, meaningful work, etc. Yes. That's where my focus is. And a little bit like other people have shared around the challenge of, you know, charging, pricing, etc., and making it affordable. Your model and what I saw and what I thought you guys were doing looked interesting in terms of how that might work and how it might work in terms of also being part of a bigger group. One of the things I really recognized was I missed working with other people, like in a bit of a team. So this lends itself to that kind of support, and also recognize how much value people get from not just one-on-one coaching, having the opportunity to do one-on-one and the group, so you get all the value from the group. Sounds like that's what's possible here, and exactly. So interested to just see where that might go.
Beautiful. Well, I'd like to have a further chat with you, because straight away when
that sounds good.
That's it, and I feel we're onto something quite highly scalable, and yet interestingly, I see people think scaling this way because everyone's thinking, well, why do I scale? I scale for me so that I can make more money because I'm scaled out and I do less time and make more money. But an Awaretrepreneur doesn't think like that. An Awaretrepreneur does't think like, he plays like an entrepreneur, but he feels like an Awaretrepreneur because his scalability is around the scalability of the growth of the community base. So in Indigenous cultures, you don't kind of run away and hunt and go, you know what, I'll just hide all of the food I got over here behind the rock here because I've got it all for me, and I'll work out how to recruit everyone. You know, it's literally a different mentality. We're not going to the point of like it's wrong to make money or anything like that. We're not, you know, it's not anti-capitalist in any way. I'm simply looking for new frameworks, right? And at the very least, if we can inspire people to even consider, you know, some basic shifts in values in elements of business. You know, like I hate the saying, never mix business and personal. I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? So Monday to Friday, you're a robot, and Saturday and Sunday, you're a human. Like, and there's a lot of things that I think need attention. And I think that you maybe came up against a values misalignment. And since COVID, we're noticing that people are having, I live in Byron Bay. This is where the billionaire breakdown, we call them the billionaire breakdowns. This is why they're here. You know, Leonardo DiCaprio bought a house over here because it's hard. It's crumbling. It's getting trickier.
I recognized this a long time ago that the model was broken, but I didn't have some of the experience I have now in terms of what that might actually look like, how it shows up, and so doing some of the business coaching kind of like really brought that to the fore for me. And you know, years ago I had this sort of this aha moment: is why do we always think about growth as in terms of just profit growth? What about just growing the fact that we're impacting more people? You know, it's
well, that's what the Awaretrepreneur Tribe is about.
So it sounded like, you know, that was the kind of thinking that was driving what you were doing with this. And so interested to then find out a bit more. Just one quick question around, you know, you're putting this tribe together. What's the time frame before it's like we would be trained and then taking that next step? Some sort of an idea of how that works.
Yep, for sure. So we're kicking off the Falcons clan, which is the induction clan to train mentors and coaches in the methodology. I just want to speak to something really quickly before I do that. See this exact thing that I'm doing right now? I can reframe. I'll shift it from the Awaretrepreneur framing to entrepreneurial. Ready? I'll do it. I'll switch modes. I'm being an entrepreneur now. I've got a business coaching and mentoring business model and methodology with integrated systems, AI, technology, and marketing systems that's completely scalable, runs at about a 70% to 30% ratio of profit, guaranteed success. And I'm going to show each of you how to implement it seamlessly into your current coaching and business models and dramatically increase your profits in a very short period of time. It's 15 grand, get out your credit. You know what I mean? There's that side of the coin. Because at the end of the day, this is a business. We're teaching a model and a framework, right, for how to run, how to do this particular mentoring and coaching that is scalable and growable at that level. But the reasons for it. So then what happens then is you get a flip, where it's like the reasons for it are actually different to the entrepreneurial outcomes, which speaks to what you just said then about why is always profit based or whatever else. But we will teach you the methodology by which we're running it, the systems, the processes, the entire thing, which a lot of people charge a fortune for. Like that's what, I mean, you know, I could just turn it into that. Like Taki Moore did that. It's like, well, here's, you know, this is how you set up a coaching business. These are the 5 pillars of a coaching business and how you do it. It'll be 3 months for you to get to the point where you're, you know, we've got the culture, Martin and I think, and 6 months before we feel that you would be ready to jump into a clan and not necessarily run it, but be in it and feel it. And then we're sort of thinking it's around a 9-month journey in total. And there's obviously we're going to charge for that period of time to induct in, and then you would be ready to run clans, and then we would give you those clans. So we would help set up a clan and that you would host and run at that point. So around the 6-month mark would be probably realistic, just for you to feel comfortable enough, confident enough.
Rich, did you say that was 15K?
No, I was saying that if I was approaching this entrepreneurially, I would call this something. I would just call this, you know what I mean? I would just package this up as a business model in a box for coaches and mentors, right? Charge a flat fee. You know, that's one way I could go with this. Like, click the fingers, done. You know, but it's. I was just sort of playing with Chris's thinking there, around the motivations of why we might do certain things. So an Awaretrepreneur is not looking just for that. I'm wanting a more wider spread. Yeah. So I'm wanting, I think it needs to be more personal. We need to actually work together. So you'd be in a group, you'd come every 2 weeks for 2.5 hours, and we would support each other to grow our individual practices as they are now, plus learn the methodology, plus prepare. Then we would bring you into some of the existing clans and you would watch. So you would, you know, so every clan group has a primary mentor and an auxiliary mentor. The auxiliary mentor watches and observes, and the primary mentor runs it. At the 6-month mark, we think you would be ready and you would take kind of like an initiation. And then if you were ready, you would start hosting a clan, and you would take 25% of the yield, potentially scalable based upon retention. So we will be bringing a constant inbound supply of clientele. I'll be running marketing that will consistently bring in inquiry of business owners that want to be in this mentoring and coaching. And then Martin and I, we will want to do other things in running this. You know, there's a thing called the Tribal Council, which is where we're developing this program, because there's live events as well. You know, I want to have a live event at the end of the year. So there'll be an Awaretrepreneur Tribe event in every capital city in the next, say, 5 years. So that's about the journey, and the price point we're not 100% sure on yet, but we're thinking making it similar to what we already do for normal clan members, really. So that's the overall gist of it. And it's kicking off. So for those that have said that they want to have a one-on-one, I'll contact you all, go through the details, and it's kicking off at the end of this month, we're thinking. So yeah, and then if you're interested in what you've heard tonight and you think you'd be interested in this model and this methodology and what we're doing, chuck your name and your phone number and things into the chat. So I've got a register of that. And then I'll go back either here or through LinkedIn and book you in for a one-on-one, and we can unpack it a little bit further. Yeah. If there's any other specific questions. Oh, Sophie, we didn't hear from you. And gorgeous is gorgeous. That's cool. You came in late. You missed a part of it. But Sophia, do you want to say something for us? Where you're from and what you're...
Rich, today is not the best day to talk. It's affected. So anyway, I'm from Brisbane. And so do you live in Byron Bay?
Yes. Yeah, just in Byron Bay, not far away.
Okay. But I'm a medical doctor. I really love to help people with chronic diseases, because medical system is not really helping the way that, changing the lifestyle, the root causes we're not addressing.
Yes.
I just have been trying to do this for over 30 years here in Australia as well as in England. But the funding model for that is not there, because, the health insurance, Medicare item numbers, none of those are geared to changing people and creating health. They're all disease-based models. And also the people that I want to help are not the people who can afford to pay. And if I put an advert, if it is free, people would be interested. And then my time is precious, and I'm actually having this dilemma. I'm as a consultant anesthetist. I'm an anesthetist. I earn a very comfortable, amount of money doing that work. And then if I give up my this work and go to coaching, I won't earn anything. So I want to still keep my job. So,
no, I get it. For sure.
And then I think in what is attractive to me in your model is that it's the impact over money, which is really, I like philosophy. But how it is going to work without funding, I'm a little bit unclear about it. And also you're saying that we would be ready in 6 to 9 months. That means we would be paying you 6 to 9K over that month, over that period.
We're thinking around, we're thinking it's probably, we're not sure yet, around $750 a month. Yeah, that would be the rough investment to come into the model. Where the revenue is coming from is the clan groups are paid groups. So the clans we're filling are paying participants that are seeking this type of mentoring and support. And one of the things that's really interesting about you coming is I've mentored GPs that are looking to get out of the industry and create their own thing. One of my clients soon is launching World Doctor. And he felt the same thing. He was just trapped inside a machine that was comfortable, making him money, couldn't quite get out and do what he wanted to do, but we were able to help him. I was able to help him design and scale an incredible business that is launching at the moment with his World Doctor program. But basically, those groups are paying, so those groups are yielding around $7,000 a month, the clan groups, and you would be coming in for 2.5 hours every 2 weeks. But the beauty of these groups is you work within our framework, but you offer your unique gift. So we're wanting unique individuals in here. We're wanting the unique aspect of what it is that you want to bring and that you want to give in a way, in who you are and what you've got to share.
Yeah, it provides a framework for people and really a marketing system for.
So who is going to clients? Those ones. I mean, I hope I can't. I mean, I can't actually find clients. But would you be doing that part? Is that what?
Yeah. That's a part of it. So we're going to open up. We're going slowly now, but we're going to open up to expand and fill multiple clans, and then we've got a referral-based program. So people earn money by referring other people to a clan group. Okay, so if clans refer clans, so we've got a referral model. So yes, the clans will be growing through the network, and we'll need mentors to host them. Those mentors need to go through a cultural induction so that when those people are going into those clan groups, they're getting the Awaretrepreneur experience.
The culture has integrity.
We've got to bring people in. Like you guys have got, like, there's values there, like with what Chris said and what others have shared. Like there's like a couple of them had to go, but they've written to me in the chat, and I'll call them later. Like Melanie's interested. I think the other young lad as well. We only want 6 or 7 for this first one, but we will bring the clients, we will fill the clans, we will induct you, and then you will host the clans, and you'll just work within those pillars, but with your unique gifting. See, we all,
2.5 hours a week. I need
a fortnight.
A fortnight.
And then during that time, there's.
So you're looking at look, if you want to look at the maths, say a clan is yielding 7,000, you're looking at around, what's that? 0.25, yeah? You're looking at around $1,750 a month, which means 2 calls, right? So divided by 2 calls. So you're looking at about, $870 per Zoom call. So you'd be on a Zoom call once you're ready, and you can hold these people in the way that we've inducted the cultural. You'll be on a call with 6 or 7 others, helping them go through this methodology, sharing their challenges within the 8 pillars under what we've taught you. And you'll be, you're getting around, I'm not sure. I've got friends who are anaesthetists. I don't know, maybe it is $800 an hour, but anyway, it's not bad. It's a fairly decent, return for that time. And then there's a scalable model underneath it. So any person that you refer, to the network, there's a passive income model built into that. So you don't need, so that you can also, you can scale your business without having to deliver as well by simply referring people into the network and into the tribe and into clans.
Does that mean that I will get a name, like a logo and so kind of a setup?
Yeah, you'll get a clan
group. You'd have your own clan group.
Okay.
That's right.
And you'd be the clan leader of that.
Okay, I would be interested. I would be.
Sorry?
I am interested.
Yeah, beautiful. So just type in your name and phone in the chat. Just type in, that you're interested, and put your name, phone number, and email. Anyone who wants to go further. Chris, I'd love to chat with you. I mean, at the very least, have another Zoom call would be amazing. Gorgeous. Do you want to just say who you are? You came in super late. Oh, you got mute on.
Oh, we need to unmute.
Yeah. Are you muted? Oh, no. Your microphone maybe is not working. You can hear us, obviously.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
gotcha,
we can
gotcha.
now.
Yeah, it's just a switching thingy. Yeah, my apologies. I've been missing my Pilates class, and if I miss one more, I think that they would have my arms and legs. It's been a trying week when it came to my Pilates, so my apologies. I'm a life coach and a business coach, and so just from what I'm getting from you guys, you are putting together a group coaching scenario whereby you would be able to give us clients that requires coaching and mentoring. Is that the sum of it?
Yeah, you came in late. Essentially, yeah, it's a fusion of personal growth and business development. We're fusing the two together. And then we've created a culture and a methodology to do it, and we're doing it under a brand called the Awaretrepreneur Tribe, which is essentially, it's going to be a business networking platform. So this is going to be like BNI, like business networking. Have you heard of BNI groups, Business Networking International? People will join this almost like they join a club to kind of get inducted into that culture. So that's what we're creating. And what we're looking for is 6 or 7 initial mentors or coaches that come on a journey where we teach them the methodology, the framework, the systems, the tools, the entire thing, get them ready, and then ideally we set them up. No worries, Sophie, you got to go. You guys can jump off as you go because Gorgeous came in last, and I can wrap with her and then Martin. Sophie, I'll contact you and we'll book a one-on-one call as well. That'd be wonderful.
Right.
Okay. I hope your voice feels
great
better.
to meet you, Sophie.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you later. Thank you.
Cool.
Bye.
No worries. So yeah, essentially that's what we're doing.
Okay.
And
what I came across was a marketing. It's a physical meet though, a physical networking group. So this particular group, it's like they meet and they promote each other's businesses.
Yeah, that's what BNI does. So this will be the clan groups are on Zoom, right? Because they're from all over the place. But in the app, in the mobile app that they get as a part of that, there's the ability for them to create localized meetup events, right? That are so Awaretrepreneurs will meet in their particular town or wherever on a monthly basis. Once there's a clan member in there that's solid enough, so in the app they find each other in here by geolocation, and there's a clan. So someone in Sydney will start holding an Awaretrepreneur live meetup, breakfast or whatever once a month. So that's just one element to the business model. It's only one element. Really, the core of it at the moment is the group coaching, which is the clan groups that we're growing. And I want to prepare for scale by also growing up a group of mentors and coaches that are ready to deliver the model. And that come on the journey with us, essentially, which is a paid journey. It's around the vicinity of like $750 a month. But you're getting the value of being inducted into our model, taught what our systems are, looking at our whole processes, understanding, unpacking all that value, and then potentially being handed a business on a silver platter, with clients.
Yeah. So expectantly, I'm hearing that the clientele that you're attracting are business owners, and
Yeah.
business owners come on board to get their personal development and business coaching in the one space.
Correct.
That's it.
Yep.
You got it.
In a tribal context,
So-
run very similar to a tribal clan meeting.
Yes, yes. So in the because I do business coaching and life coaching, I'm finding that when I did my business coaching, one of my projects, I got too excited and I get about the business, and I heads down, thumbs up, and I was designing the business from. It was a cafe, so I designed the physical structure, the menus, the forks, the knives, everything. So I did the business, handed the business to the owner on a silver platter with everything.
Yep.
And at the end, after all, after agreements along the way, yes. It was COVID. We came to opening day, and the owner had limiting beliefs where he could not charge for the product.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
It's like,
yeah.
What? We've been through this. We've been testing these products for months. We know that it's in the market. We know the prices are such. Why are you telling me you can't charge $14 for a burger right now?
Yeah.
So what happened then was it threw the whole business model out the window, and he reverted back to what his comfort zone was, which is fried fast food.
Yep.
And it was like, okay, you're the business owner. If you want to take back to fried food, that's
you can go, Martin, if you need to. All good.
Yeah, look, I have to go now. Great to meet you, gorgeous. Well, I'll catch you next time, Rich. See you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Anyway,
so that we come up against that all the time as coaches in the business space. I came up against it so much in business coaching that I don't want to be a business coach, but I didn't want to be just a dedicated life coach. I wanted to bring the two together in a really beautiful way. That's what I've done. So if you want to have a deeper chat about how I'm doing it, because I'm actually making money from it, it's working, it's pumping, and it's going to grow. So that's what I'm looking for, is 6 or 7 mentors and coaches who want to come on that journey, who want to learn it, and want to add that. You can just add that to your current business. So you can be, you're getting paid about $875 every time you do a Zoom call. They're about 2.5 hours long. So it's a decent return. It's a really decent return. So if you're interested in that and learning more about it, like this was just to sort of get interest, and then it's like we book a one-on-one. I'll show it all properly. I'll teach. I'll tell you what it is we're going to teach and what the clan group, what the journey of coming on with us will be like. But basically, you need to experience it before you can deliver it. So you will be getting coaching and mentoring. You'll be coming into a clan group and receiving the same mentoring and coaching that you will then go forward and give in this clan-based setting. And you'll be speaking about it.
How much are you charging the current clan members?
Normally $1,000 a month, but some of them are on $750 because they have referred someone who's bought a package. So you get a referral discount from $1,000 a month to $750. It's a 9-month minimum contract and it's an ongoing contract. So, but that's, so if you're interested, just like for now, just type your mobile and your email in the chat.
Yeah.
And then I'll just book a one-on-one, or I'll reach back out on LinkedIn and book a one-on-one, and we'll have a bigger chat about it.
All right, cool. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
All right, cheers.
No worries, buddy. See you soon.
See ya.
Yeah, type that in there before you go, so I've got you. I've got to work out how to save it. Thank you.
All right. I think if you right click on the little buttons where you're typing, it says save chat.
Yeah, and where does it save it? Show in Finder. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, show in folder. There you go.
Okay. Beautiful. All right, have a great one. I'll speak to you soon.
All right, see ya. Bye.
Catch you, bye.